Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about magic and motivation. I had a question a few videos ago when I was talking about visualizing the desire fulfilled or the wish fulfilled, in that you don't need to really find emotion, you just need to imagine yourself actually in the situation that you're casting for, and that's going to present you with the feeling that will help your spell. And I was asked then, well, how do you do that when you may be feeling lethargic, or you may be feeling down, or you just don't have motivation to do that? And that happens. It definitely happens. So we're going to talk about that today. Before we do though, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. If you want to know more about Wicca, witchcraft, magic, tarot, shadow work, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. And if you want to know where to start your witchcraft practice, there's a free video called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice, a link in the description field below this video. And if you want to become more of a strategic spellcaster, so get better at thinking about your spells and what sorts of things you need to consider when doing magic, I have a free PDF. It is called the Spellcaster Checklist. There is a link in the description field below this video as well. So the topic today is to do with magic and spellcrafting. But even if you've worked out a spell, even if you've followed the Spellcaster Checklist and you know what you want, you have an idea of how possible it is, and you still would like to cast for something, or you still want to do some magic work, but there's just some part of you that just can't really get into it. So you're in the spell, you've lit the candle, you're trying to feel into the wish fulfilled, and it's just not really happening. It's just not there. What do you do? Well, first of all, you need to know why you're feeling the way you are, because you're probably feeling something. You may be feeling despondent, you may be feeling down, you may be feeling any kind of non-motivational type of feelings, and that's a feeling, okay? And you can't just swap one feeling for another feeling, because our feelings aren't actually where it all begins. They're just a guidance system. They're just letting us know that something isn't quite right. And what the feelings are caused by are your thoughts. So take a look at what you're thinking in regard to the spell that you're doing. And I could almost guarantee that if you're feeling down and despondent and unmotivated, it's probably because you've got either the thought that, what's the point, it's not going to work anyway, or what if I do the spell and it doesn't work? Then I'm probably going to feel worse, because not only did the spell not work, I'm going to feel down about my ability as a spellcaster, as a witch, and I'm going to feel really bad about myself because I can't get the magic to happen. So what kind of witch am I? It's probably along the lines of those thoughts. Or it may simply be a belief that, magic doesn't work for me, or I'm no good at magic. Check out, before you actually go and do the spell, check out what your thoughts are if you are feeling unmotivated or despondent, because there's beliefs there that are causing the feeling. The feeling's just letting you know something's wrong, and so you can go in and have a look and see what your thoughts are. And if you do have thoughts that are limiting you, like thoughts that it's not going to work out because maybe in the past you've done spells for this particular thing in the past and it's never really worked out very well, so you've now got this belief that you've got proof now that you're no good at this particular type of magic. So for example, maybe you're trying to do money magic, and you've done money magic a number of times, and each time it's never really brought you what it is that you wanted. It could be, love magic, it could be any type of magic. And I've said before that sometimes people are better at some types of magic than others. So you might be really good at protection magic or love magic, but then really crappy at money magic, or the other way around. And again, it's to do with our beliefs. So check in with yourself and find out what you're believing about yourself and your ability to be able to cast and receive what it is that you're doing the magic for. Now, if you do find some of those negative beliefs there, then you can do a few different things. You can work on getting more knowledge of yourself, doing some types of techniques to maybe clear those beliefs or change those beliefs. So you could use emotional freedom technique or NLP or affirmations or something, but they're kind of more long-term things. Like, they're not something that's going to really get you there to do the spell, if you really want to do the spell like within the next 24 hours or something. So if you are feeling the feeling of not being motivated, you're feeling that I really want to do the spell, but at the same time I just don't feel there's really any point in doing it perhaps, then start questioning your situation. If you've got a belief that, oh, nothing ever works out for me anyway, why bother? List all of the things that have worked out for you, because there's bound to be things that have worked out for you in your life. List all of the magic that you've done that has been successful for you. Now, it might not be in that field. It might not be, love magic, if love magic's what you're struggling with, or money magic. It might be in another form of magic. But that is proof that you can do it. You do have the ability to do magic. It's just that you've got a particular issue with that particular type of magic, and that's just simply your beliefs about that magic and yourself, and those things can be changed over time. It's really letting you know that your thoughts need to change, your perceptions about yourself and the world around you need to change, because it's coming from within you, the magic, and you can't force yourself into feeling something like happiness or joy, or just be positive. You can't force yourself into doing that. You could trick yourself into doing it. So maybe go and do something that's a lot of fun before you do the spell. Go and watch some comedy, that's something that makes you laugh, or watch some cat videos on YouTube or dog videos on YouTube, or watch something or do something that you really enjoy. If you like cooking, go and do some cooking. Go and bake yourself something, or make yourself something if you like making things. Do something you enjoy so that you can feel into how you feel, what it feels like to do something that's fun and enjoyable, and what you're thinking when you're doing the fun stuff. And then when it comes to do the magic, you could then use your imagination to imagine you do enjoy doing the magic. You could use what if statements, such as, what if this spell does work? What if this does work? What if I do have the ability for this to work? And just really look at what you're thinking, and try different ways of letting yourself know that there's a list of things that I have achieved in the past with magic. So I know that I can do it because there's a list of things I've been able to do. And use that list. And every time you're successful with your magic, put it down on a list so that you can see there's a list of things that you've done over your lifetime of witchcraft that have actually been successful. So it's not true that you're lousy at witchcraft. And even if you're struggling in a particular area, such as love or money, I'm sure there's been times when your spells have worked. Even if it's only been a little bit, they still have worked. And feel confident knowing that the only reason that they're not working is because of the thoughts and because of the beliefs, and they can be changed. But you've got to know what those thoughts and those beliefs are, and then challenge those thoughts and those beliefs. And then once you've either done the fun thing and you come back to doing your spell or planning your spell, you've written a list of things you have achieved in the past, then try to imagine, before you even go into doing the spell or gathering the materials, just put yourself in the scene of the wish fulfilled, of the result, and just check in with how it feels. Even if it's only for a couple of seconds, Just imagine yourself in that situation. You're not trying to force anything. You're not doing magic in that moment deliberately. You're just practicing, having a go, and imagining what it is like to feel yourself already having the wish fulfilled. And do that before you go in and even do your spell work, so that you get a bit of a sense of a feeling for it. When it comes to feeling down and despondent and unmotivated, the beliefs are the main thing, and you have a choice. You can either go with the beliefs and what the beliefs are telling you, which is why bother, it's not going to work anyway, or you're no good, and you can go with that and not do the spell and perhaps stay in the same situation that you're in. Or you can get uncomfortable, and it will be uncomfortable, and make that list of things that you've succeeded at. Get uncomfortable by questioning those beliefs, putting what if statements in front of them and changing them into the opposite. So what if this spell does work out? You know, what if I am good at magic? I've been good at all these things in the past. What if I can do this? And even if you're afraid of failure, what if you do fail? What if you do fail? You know, what if you can fail and be safe at the same time? What if you can fail and things can still be okay? Or what if failing in getting what you think you should get is actually not failing at all? What if the magic's got other ideas and it's going to work another way, a way that you're not expecting it to work? So whenever you have a spell that doesn't go the way you think it should go, you can always say to yourself, well, it's still working for me, and it's still working for me and bringing me closer to the result that I want. I'm just not aware of how that's happening, and that's okay. It's not up to me. It's up to the magic. And feel into what that feels like to be in wonder of how it's going to work out for you, even if it's appearing to not work out for you. That's another way to kind of trick yourself into not going down that hole of feeling despondent and unmotivated. But it is a choice. You can either choose to go with the feelings and the thoughts and not do the magic and stay where you are, or you can go, okay, this isn't going to be comfortable, challenging my thoughts and beliefs. It's going to feel uncomfortable. There's going to be resistance there, for sure. But I'm willing to go through that in order to move past it, so that I can then feel better in the future towards doing my magic. The magical path isn't always a comfortable path. It's a challenging path. It's a path that requires us to challenge ourselves a lot. And the way we challenge ourselves in the magical path is actually all of this inner stuff. That's why we do the shadow work. It's to try and make it easier for us in the long term. And so we go into looking at our shadow selves, our beliefs about ourselves and the world around us, the things we don't like about ourselves, where all of this comes from, and changing the beliefs that aren't helping us, and learning to integrate our shadow in with the light and being more of who we are, so that we do become more confident. And even if we're not feeling particularly confident all the time, because you're never going to feel up all the time, it's going to be up and down. Life is like that. You have tools and ways that you can lift yourself up. And that's the main thing, to know that you've always got a choice. You can do things to lift yourself up and move through those beliefs, but it is your beliefs that are creating the lack of motivation and the despondency. So find out what those beliefs are first, and then see how you can work on changing those beliefs. I have a tapping channel. It's called Sandra Inman Tapping, and that's where I do EFT tapping on all sorts of beliefs, negative beliefs, limiting beliefs. So that is the name of my other YouTube channel, at Sandra Inman Tapping. So if you want some tapping methods, as I use EFT, to tap through some beliefs that you may find that you have, that I've got videos for, then go onto that channel and do some tap along with that, because it can help shift things for you. So if you do want to work with me one-on-one on negative beliefs or on things that are really getting you down, if you are feeling really stuck, I do one-on-one coaching with people using emotional freedom technique to help move through those beliefs. So you can certainly do that. There's a link in the description field below this video that you can go to book a clarity session. So that's a free clarity session. It's a half-hour session where we talk, and I ask you a lot of questions to help you get clarity about what it is that is keeping you stuck. And that way then we can have a look at what it is that is keeping you stuck, and then how we can move forward to change that. So there's a link in the description field below this video for you to book one-on-ones with me. I also do tarot coaching as well. If you like using tarot for coaching, you can do that. There's a link in the description field below this video for that. And if you want to learn witchcraft and Wicca with me, I have a 12-month course where you can not just learn the craft, but actually practice the craft. And as you practice the craft and practice various different exercises and on a daily basis, you're going to get the skills to be able to recognize these moments of despondency and feeling down, and have the skills to be able to move through these situations, because we all go there. We all have weaknesses in our magic. All of us do, because we've all got programming coming from our upbringing that hasn't always been helpful. And so you're not alone when it comes to having moments where you just feel bleh and not motivated to do some magic that you may really want to do or feel the need to do. So Mystery Witch School 101 course is there for you. Also a link in the description field below this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.